Alright, so this is a weird one. I finished this game, but apparently I didn't finish this game. Was there collectibles to have? Now, I don't care about the PlayStation trophies and everything, but I thought since I already got all the premonitions, I was done. But apparently, premonitions aren't also part of the collectibles. Collectibles is also considering when you press L1 or R1. This is also part of collectibles. And the game is not completed. Your main game isn't completed, even if you finish it, until you get all the collectibles, because you cannot do the curator's cut, which is an add-on to this game, until you fully completed the game. Now, since I thought I actually fully defeated and beated the game, I would see the curator's cut there, and I could do that on my own for various reasons, and for also there are additional premonitions as well as additional choices on the curator's cut. But I can't do that if I don't collect all the secrets here. So unless I'm completely wrong and I have to finish the story at its last section all over again, which means I have to load the last section of the game, wait for it to finish, and then the curator's cut will pop up. Then and only then will I be able to see what's going on. So I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna upload the theatrical cut to the ending, because I finished the ending, and I'm gonna load said ending, and then I'm gonna continue from said ending and see if the curator's cut pop up. If not, I'm going to have to find those secrets in order for the curator's cut to pop up, because it says specifically you cannot do the curator's cut until you finish the main game. Well, this is the main game. So unless the game does not consider the easiest mode to be the main game, and I have to play this game on its normal mode in order to beat it, for it to be considered, then that's bullshit. Why offer a mode if you can't do the curator's cut unless you have to do it on hardest mode or the second hardest mode? I don't believe that's the case. I believe what the case is that I'm missing those secrets, because completing the game, completing everything in the game makes more sense, because I finished the game already. I did the last section. So unless the game glitched out, or the easiest setting is not considered the main game, you have to play on normal for you to get the curator's cut. And I pretty much wasted my time for no reason. But I really just wanted to see the story, so this is kind of pissing me off now, because now I'm thinking about it. I don't know why I can't play the curator's cut, and why I would need to collect all the collectibles just to see the curator's cut. I don't believe I need to collect all collectibles to do the curator's cut. And that means the only logical reason after I beat the game is that I wasn't supposed to play it on its easiest mode. I was supposed to play it on normal, which then throws everything out the window, because that means I now have to play the game all over again from the start, or at least load the last section of the game and then press normal on it. But that's not how this game works. Once you select the difficulty, you press continue on it. I don't believe it will allow you to go to a section of the game and then change its difficulty. So I'm going to go here, the last section. I'm going to see if I could change the difficulty for this last section. Oh no, this is the actually legit ending. So I might have to change the settings in main menu and then load that last section and play that last section before the end on its normal difficulty. But it doesn't really make sense. It didn't say that you have to be on a specific difficulty in order to play that last section. the creator's cut having certain has certain requirements. This is only controls for the outside method inside the game. And I don't believe they'll do so, because when it asks you to start a new game, it will then ask you what difficulty you want to start a new game with. So, let's say I choose Reunion, and then start from Reunion. And let's say I start a new slot for Reunion. Would I be able to increase or lower or decrease the difficulty? It doesn't seem to say so. It says accessibilities, subtitles, gameplay. Okay, difficulty, challenging. So maybe that's what I have to do. I have to change it to its normal settings. So that's what I'm going to do right now. But here's the thing, I don't believe that's the case. I believe I simply have to find the collectibles. So let me just find the collectibles first, and then I'll decide to let me find all remaining collectibles first, and then I'll decide to whether it is the collectibles or whether it isn't the collectibles. So I'm going to go to the various different levels, and I'm going to choose the various different levels that I'm going to, and I'll see if I could find the collectible from the various different levels. Okay, I believe I'm missing a collectible from this level.
Hey, had a thought on an intro segment.
You want it?
It's weird though.
Yep.
It's weird that once you beat the game, you can't, and you select the section that you're going to do missions for, it doesn't allow you to fast forward through dialogue. You really should. I guess they weren't thinking about that.
Yeah, if we get it shot in the bank, maybe Charlie will stop rewriting everything I come up with.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
What?
Nothing. Just give me a sec, and I'll be good to go.
I'm supposed to buy nothing is eating away at you?
Yes.
How many times have you cleaned that lens?
I'm just prepping my gear.
Really?
Yeah.
Always focusing on the detail, Mark. What about taking a huge risk and just do something? I watched you fuss for a whole week before you turned down that job offer, all because you had to take one extra train to get there.
The job wasn't the right move. The train thing confirmed it.
Flimsy. I don't buy it.
You don't have to buy it. Come on, let's just shoot this.
Let's use natural light so we can do it alone.
Didn't the lobby have skylight?
I don't remember. I just want to look decent.
You look good in any light. I'm not worried.
You trying to butter me up?
Yes. Is it working?
Marginally.
I'll take it.
Mark, why are you letting them all think I broke up with you? I feel like if Jamie knew the truth, she might back off.
I mean, they all just assumed.
I can't decide if that's sweet or selfish. Or both.
We're hitting the golden hour. We should be able to find a good spot.
I don't know why you camera dorks call it that. It's 15 minutes at best.
Yes and no, if you have the right reflector.
15 minutes at the most. Look, let's go find some light and get started. Thanks for doing this.
You're only asking me because your arms are too short for a good selfie angle.
My arms are not short. Where to?
The balcony would make for a cool angle.
Let's find a way up there. How's the new place?
It'll do for now.
Do you like it?
It's just a place to keep my shit and crash. Short-term lease, so I can take my time to find something I really like.
That's... smart plan.
You said I needed to be out, so I got out.
I was complimenting you.
Yeah, just saying.
Obsessed over finding the perfect place with the right wall color near the proper train station or bus stop or...
Maybe we should just add this topic to our discussion no-fly zone list.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So, since we can't do it tomorrow, is next weekend okay to come and get my stuff? So, if Dumet catches us in here, are we breaking one of his rules?
You did say not to go wandering.
And we did practically bust it. Shit! That scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I feel like Dumet is the kind of dude who loses his shit if you break his rules.
Oh, what was your first clue? When he took away our phones like we were kind of teenagers? This takes me back. I used to carve the hell out of my desk in middle school.
Rebel.
There's gotta be a way through.
Look at this wallpaper. This is old as hell.
Everything here is old as hell.
I was expecting an old exterior, but remodeled inside. Looks like Dumet is trying to preserve things.
Can't be easy all the way out here.
I like antiques as much as the next person, but at some point you have to give up the ghost. Rot is gonna set in.
Right. That's it.
What?
Since we got here, I've been smelling something faint, distant. Can't place it. It's decay.
Old house. Island beaches with dead fish, animals in the wood. Could be anything.
Whatever it is, it's dead as hell.
Manny Sherman, born January 1, 1956. Come on, you know.
down.
Alright, so it's not there. guessing it has to be a different location. I have to load. Ending. And then select the scene. I'm trying to think. Actually, I won't waste too much time. I'll just for the collectibles sake, I'll do 5 looks per each scene themselves. Oh, I see. Okay, so I was looking up this information online. Okay, so this is the sucky part about this. The only sucky part about this game. Some of the items that can only be found by decision makings. And decision makings you don't make with regards to the killer. So I believe I have no choice but to interact with the story again. Okay, and I think one of them happens to be the different decision you make with regards to who dies and who lives. So you can only get probably certain secrets if you manage to keep certain people alive. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to keep Aaron alive by making a different decision. And I'll see if I unlock an item by doing so. What I don't understand is, okay, so let's say I can only collect certain items only based on decisions, not based on me searching. So if I could only collect certain items based on decision and not based on me searching, and those items can only be given once I select it.
Is that you?
The decision. So she chose to ignore her asthma and take it with her. So I've chosen to put down the asthma. But doesn't necessarily mean I can't go back and pick up the asthma container. So will it allow me to... See, this is what I don't understand. Logically, yes, I don't need the asthma to calm down. But wouldn't it make sense to just have it on standby? Apparently that's a decision too, to refuse to use it. Fine. By the way, this is the scariest part in this entire game. This part right here. I also saw that movie Barbarian, and I was right. There was a reason why I walked out of that movie 25% or 30% way, because I didn't feel inspired by it in the slightest. People say that movie is one of the scariest movies. There are only 2 or 3 sections in that movie that was actually really scary. If anyone says otherwise, but like, you've never actually seen a real scary movie then. Long, dark corridors with creepy music do not equal scare and fear. Because if you think about it, the way I played this game, there was long, dark corridors, there was no lights, and there was creepy music. But I wasn't fearful. Why? Because if you remove your mind from your body and just think about of what you're doing in a practical way. I'm a guy sitting in a movie theater watching a movie. You won't get fear because the suspense of believability has been removed because you're now paying attention to yourself watching the movie. So in order for someone to really scare you, they have to lock you into yourself and pull you away from you sitting in the movie theater and make you feel like you're actually in the movie. So if the movie cannot do that, it cannot truly scare you. That's why I believe Barbarian's a decent horror movie, but it's not scary. Certain scenes in there are scary, as the same as certain scenes in Hellraiser are scary.
Make sure they
And
fill
certain
my
scenes
pine box
in
with cement. Put me deeper than anyone else. And cover the ground with more cement, cause trust me. Just being dead ain't enough to stop.
It's like certain scenes in The Ring are scary, and certain scenes in what's that movie? The Thing are scary. In fact, there's a lot of scenes The Thing are scary. The Thing is pretty scary for its time. Long, dark corridors with dreadful music does not equal fear. It equals cliche. It's how you use the dark. For instance, if I stand here and look at this wall for a long time, nothing can come about it. It's a dark wall, and it's me looking at the wall like a psycho. But if I put my head in the mindset of this person, and I'm pretend like I'm in a hotel looking at a dark wall with a light on this for no reason, it still won't do anything. Because you shut off the lights in the room and you decide to put the light against the wall. And you stand there for about a good 2, 3, 4 minutes. And you're saying, this is me holding a light against the wall in a dark place with a lot of creepy music in behind me. It's when you start to make the turn and things are starting to reveal. That's how you create the fear. Not when you're moving in the dark corridor or your way. It's when you start to turn. Is when you start to create fear. Not in the thing, but when you're turning. It's like turning the darkness up, but not the darkness, the fear up. When you're making the turn. Or like when you turning around on a corner and a guy's hiding behind a wall and you're turning around the corner and saying, is the person there or not? Not because of the noise that are there. It's because the fear of the corner. Let's say the fear is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 steps. 13, 14, 15, 16. The fear increased per step, per corner. Not the darkness, not the location. Not you moving through the dark, left, right, or even around the corners. That's how you increase the fear based on peripheral vision, not based on frontal vision, or even based on frontal vision. It's more like fear. The sound won't do it. and the darkness won't do it, and the light versus the darkness won't do it, is the escalation of the situation within your head. Escalating. It's like doing, okay, here's a good example. It's like doing repetitions. The more you do a squat, the more you get tired. Plain and simple. Eventually there's a breaking point where you say, I can't hold this on my back anymore. I have to drop the weight. That's the breaking point. It's not the fear as it happens in the moment. You're in a dark room and oh, I'm scared, the lights went out. It's how much repetitions build up that your heart, your head or your mind can't take it anymore. And then you say, this is a scary game. It's not the introduction. It's the build up before the fatigue. Now, if you could make that fatigue accelerate fast enough, then you don't have to kill a lot of time to get to the fatigue. Like increase the weight. So that moment you do just 2 reps, not even a full set, you feel almost tired already. It's the weight of the fear. If you don't feel the weight of the fear, then you're not going to be scared of anything or any movie. I don't think people understand that, like when they make fear stuff. You see, I've been talking this whole time, and not once did I feel any type of dread in this. It's because I allow my voice to cancel out what's going on here. So I'm pretending like there's someone other than myself talking. So, like an alternate version of myself listening to myself. So by creating that illusion of that someone else is there, I now have an audience to relay my words to. Thus, it's not just my mind and myself. I'm connected to something that's obviously not there. It's kind of like a waypoint or a junction. People don't understand this shit. For instance, like this. The lights just went out. That's not fearful. The darkness, that's not fearful. Me running, that's not fearful. It's me foolishly running in the darkness. That's the increasing fear. See? The increasing fear is that I'm not walking in the darkness. I decide to run in darkness. They're like, are you crazy or what? Why are you running? See? The fear increase because I'm picking up the pace to turn the corner when I should be being careful. That's all it is. So when you decrease, like say, you're so scared, so you move even slower. Of course, you've allowed your mind to increase the fear per walk. But if you decide to all of a sudden say, I'm going to cut it off and then run forward, blah, 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 and wow, all of a sudden nothing happens. It's like, then you just get 1% of courage for no reason. See? Now, introducing noise per every time you're moving forward doesn't work. Well, it works a little. It's kind of like, so I guess you could say this is kind of a good example. You're slowly increasing your fear as you pace forward. Not the slowness of moving forward, but per every step. But like I said, if you're not scared, it won't do anything. It has to be something that works. Something that you see as you're proceeding forward. Not the corridor, not the darkness, not the light. It has to be something that means something. Something that's only scary to most people in general. Because if it's not scary to you, but it's scary to most, it won't work. It has to be something that works for everybody. See, I'm more concerned about finding my damn collectibles. What the hell? The whole time I was running back, I was giving an example. I was actually looking for my damn collectibles. Like, this dude could literally pop up behind me and strangle me. They're like, where's my damn collectibles? You see? You turn your mind off to something else. It's like if you're in a movie theater, where's my soda? All of a sudden, you're thinking about damn drinking soda and eating popcorn. It cut off your sense of fear. Because you're not focused anymore. what I would say about darkness and light and scary stuff is that it's annoying as hell, especially if you're trying to find something. Where in a movie you're trying to find a secret for the guy so he could live, or a girl so he could live, and you have to go through the bullshit of the light and dark to deal with it. God gave human beings eyes so they could see in the dark, not so they could be nosy. So, kind of contradicting the existence of my eyes by searching for something. But this is a game, so I could get away with it. But I just wanted to, I'll stop talking, but I just wanted to make that point when it comes to scary and stuff. Like, there are many ways to not be scared about stuff. Like, I saw a barbarian and was like, really? I thought the barbarian was going to be someone that looked like a damn barbarian from the Ice Age or something, like the size of a mountain, but looked deformed, like a deformed barbarian. And he does barbarian stuff. I ain't talking about Conan or anything like that. But I'm saying under the description of the definition of the word barbarian. That's what I was hoping when I went into that movie. Like, okay, it's obviously not going to be a barbarian from the ancient times. It's going to be someone who's like a barbarian. You don't behave like you're a normal person. You behave like a barbarian. Like you have no morals, no ethics, no nothing. Like someone that's completely believe violence equals ends. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking about giant deformed woman chasing you, and then what about her is barbarian, other than her actions? You could have literally gave that movie any other name other than barbarian, and it would still be something else. It would still work. Barbarian is a very specific word. That wasn't a good word to describe that movie. Like, give me a break. I know a lot of people will say you're stupid and stuff, but like, listen, I'm from the old school. Yes, you fell down, home. I'm from the old school. I'm talking. I'm from the old school. It's going to take a hell of a lot more than a giant woman that's deformed to scare me running down a dark alleyway at you. I mean, let's say she's running down the alleyway towards you, and it's very dark and only a light showing towards you. That has a certain fear level of 25%. How she looks has a fear level of 15%. What's in her hand might escalate fear level of an additional 15%. So now you're slightly above the halfway point. If it's just bare arms, no. So let's say I'm bullshitting. It would still be at halfway. So running down a hallway in the dark, charging at you, yelling, rah, rah, and the giant person and look deformed, that will still hit you at 50%, not 100. You know your heart. If your heart is not pounding at a mile a minute when you're watching that movie, and that means it's. But if you know your heart isn't pounding at 75%, then it's definitely pounding at 50%. And if you feel like your heart isn't pounding even at 50, then that movie fucking failed. I don't care what anyone says. My heart wasn't even pounding at 50. I'm not bullshitting, and I'm not trying to understand this generation or any of that stuff. It's like, after watching a movie like Ju-On, the Japanese version, after watching something as disgusting as Hellraiser, the old one,
Damn it.
after watching what the hell is that now? After watching The Thing, which wasn't real scary, more like gross. Like Hellraiser wasn't real scary, it was gross and dark. And after watching One, a movie I won't say for the life of me because I actually believe that movie was cursed. And to this very day, I see that chick's face. After seeing that, and I will refuse to say the name of that movie. Um, After seeing those movies, and I believe the scariest American uh, horror movie could have actually been Rosemary's Baby back in the days before it became a cliche, and possibly Michael Myers when he first came out back in the day before he became a cliche. Um, and I would say that's it. I mean, there are scary moments in a lot of movies, like the something something of Mr. Ripley, starring Matt Damon and Jude Law. When he killed Jude Law, and at the end of the movie he won, but he won by crushing his friend's back in. And he's his friend and said, "Oh, you're giving me a nice massage and stuff." And he's like, "Oh, please no." And then he dies at the end, and then credits roll. That's kind of scary because you're thinking to yourself, you know he's going to kill him, but how he's going to kill him is nothing. And you know the bad guy won, but you would think it would just be credits roll, so he just continues. So yeah, sometimes there are scary moments, and sometimes there are things that don't work. In this game, there are 3 really scary moments, and I'll say the fear factor in this game are better than the other games. But yeah, sorry to shit on Barbarian fans, but you fuckers don't know anything about fear.
Breakers.
They got a percent. They got at least half of everything that was in Barbarian Walking Wilderness Corners can be found in this game. Half. Anyone who say they weren't really scared about playing Devil and Me, they're telling the truth. The same as if they're more scared about something like Barbarian than do Devil and Me, then it has to do with story and execution of story, how it's set up. But the scenario of how things work is about the same. I don't want to laugh, but yeah. I don't want to laugh about Barbarian, but yeah. So Erin got into that room and then switched to her. I don't get it. When was the part where Erin gets to die? Like, how would I know what part Erin dies? Like, fuck, man. Wait a minute. I thought you're able to flip these books. Here's another thing with regards to this game. I for some bizarre reason, I guess not. All right, screw it. Yeah, but yeah, Barbarian, half scary, other half, nope. And people say this movie is wild as shit, but like the wildest part in Barbarian is when that woman is trying to feed a giant ass man, you know, breast milk. That's the craziest thing in that movie. That has nothing to do with horror. Just like a lot of stuff with Hellraiser has nothing to do with horror. It has to do with dark, gross shit. You gotta know the difference between fear and just dark. There's a difference. Like, man, you fuckers really don't know anything about scary movies then. If you don't know the difference between dark horror and fear horror. You know what's scary? Me walking down a huge beam, trying to get to the other side of a bridge on a beam. That's scary. And not thinking about falling to my death in Elden Ring. That's scary. That's scarier than walking in this dark corridor watching Barbarian. Walking down a long-ass wire or a beam. Praying to God that there's not a sniper trying to off you from falling to your death that's 100 feet down. Just that one thing is scarier than everything in Barbarian. Or climbing a tower that's so freaking high that everything down below you look like ants. So if you don't get out that ladder that's so close to the edge, you're dead. You get extremely pissed off and stressed. I understand it's a different type of fear. It's anxiety fear. So you have to know your types of fear. Fear associated with evil and dark and stuff is different from fear that's associated with anxiety. If you don't know how to use your type of fears in your horror movies, then you don't understand anything about fear. You have to know which type you're going to use for the type of circumstance. You're going to use anxiety fear in a dark corner. It's meant for falling off a building. You're not going to convince your audience whatsoever.
Hello? Mr. Demet?
Okay. Well, this is all audio is muted. See what I mean? The moment this whole place was dark. Why wasn't the music playing when when I was in here? Why was it completely silent? But then all of a sudden they stopped playing the music as I went inside start turning the corners. Because they're associating increasing the paranoia and fear by enclosing the corners. The more open it is, it's less likely for you to be feared, but the more enclosed you are, increase the fear. It only works though if the person is going to use it on feels this way. It doesn't really work on those who are used to living in tight corners and stuff. Like if you live in an apartment where you're always around in tight corners, then you go out, watch a movie about scary stuff in the tight corners. You'd be like, oh yeah, it reminds me of my apartment.
Might be
So
time
I'm
to
not
join the
really
21st
scared.
century, guys.
And you gotta consider all these things. Like all human beings aren't the same, live in the same place, so on. You're trying to make your general audience have a sense of dread. You have to understand what they really fear as a whole. If people are used to living in buildings where things are tight, they're not going to be scared if the lights go off. Unless they believe that there's someone in the house with them. You will have to set up, with that you have to set up the scenario to give the increase of fear per there's someone else in the house. If you know there's no one else in the house, then there's no sense of dread. Oh, come on.
Great. Into the creepy maintenance room in the creepy hotel on the creepy island to shoot a doc about serial killers all alone and without my stun gun. Choices, Jamie. Make better choices. This is your own damn fault.
Actually, I was thinking about it. I was thinking like, someone's gonna probably try to say I'm bullshitting and Bob Dylan was scary. Like, so here's my answer to that. I have a card, and that card is called Juwan. That's my least scary of the 4 scaries I've seen. Actually, no, that's my second scary of the 4 truly scary movies I've seen in my entire life. The other 2, I would never name those 2. Ever. The second scary one, I would say, was the original Halloween before it became tropey. Nothing about Hellraiser was ever scary to me. But in regards to fear, those are my two easies. I call those two my easy horrors amongst my four. Like if you have you know, a jack of hearts, or if you have a knight and you have a queen and a king, my queen and king will never be named as my horror. My jack, my knight, or my bishop, I'll name those my knight and my bishop. My knight and my bishop is Ju-on and the first Michael Myers film. Before it became trophy, which means before the 21st century hit around, before the 2000s. Because once the 2000 came out, there are way too many horror movies copying him. To say, oh, Michael Myers isn't scary. You're like, yeah, because you had a lot more horror movies copying his formula, or their formula, including Jason. Jason copied Michael Myers' formula, which wasn't horror, but they were copying it anyway. And I'm saying, my bishop and my knight is Ju-on and the first Michael Myers. So if I drop those two on the table, and Barbarian isn't scarier than those two, and someone compares Barbarian to those two, go watch Ju-on, the Japanese one, and the first Michael Myers. Now, if you find that there are certain things to fear more about those movies than Barbarian, then Barbarian was never scary. And if you say they're on the same level, then Barbarian still isn't scary. Because if I'm unwilling to name my other two scarier stuff, and those two scary stuff obliterate Barbarian in an instant. Because I'm willing to name Barbarian, and I still don't consider that truly horrible. I know there's a lot of people, if I was to show them those films, they were like, what are you a smoking Joe? Like, this is what you think is scary? They're like, it's not about what you think. If I explain to you what it is, then you're going to have nightmares for the rest of your life, thinking this person is always there. Like, literally always there. No matter what age you get, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20, 25, 30, 40, hell, even on your deathbed. That's why certain things you would never name, like, man, you motherfuckers and you're Barbarian. Making you laugh. Whoever made those two horror movies that I love so much, like, I'm gonna name on my next stream, I'm gonna name those directors because I don't feel like looking them up right now. Because if I do look them up, I name the directors, I know someone's gonna look up in a book and see all those movies and go watch all those scary movies. And eventually they'll run into it. But I don't even want them even to run into it. That's why I refuse to name the director. Oh, well, was it right here? None of those gross horror movies are going to be considered. Like those Slithers and stuff. And like, kiss my ass. I don't consider gross horror to be horror. I consider it to be its genre, but not truly horrible. It's goddamn collectibles. What the hell? Where are they? Alright, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to proceed the story. Wait, wasn't I here? Yeah, I was here. So I was supposed to find something in here and touch this tape. And I picked this item and turned it. Turn it. Turn it. I just know there's going to be a Joker that's going to say I'm lying about Barbarian. Like, I wasn't lying about Hereditary. I didn't think that movie was scary. I think there was scary stuff in the movie. A lot of people think that movie is scary. Like, if you say so, pal. Do you think that movie is scary? Good for you. If you think Smile is scary, good for you. If you think Annihilation's ending with that weird shit with Natalie Portman and that alien is scary, good for you. Like, there's a lot of people who don't know anything about our affair. I don't want, and then there's those who are so willing to disprove you that they're willing to go the extra mile and show you some wild shit. He's like, no, man, you still don't get it. That wild shit ain't scary. That's disturbing. You don't know the difference between fear, scary, and disturbing. Like, they try to tell you about it, but like, they don't get it. Like, I'm trying to outdo you. I try to prove, like, you see, that was just scary just now. Because I thought I just saw a blue alien walking this way. I know there's no aliens in this game, but it was a reflection of her face. Because I didn't see that coming. Like, because I didn't know there was I know there's no blue aliens in this game. And all of a sudden, my mind played tricks on me. It was just a reflection of something on her face. But it was an instantaneous thing, and the moment my mind realized what it was, it's gone within the next second. What the hell, man? Where am I supposed to go? All right, no more talking. Let's.
Thank God. Something from this century.
is a severe weather storm warning for the Greater Lakes area. High winds and heavy rainfall are expected by 10 p.m. Central Time. Repeat, this is a severe weather storm warning for the Greater Lakes area. High winds and heavy rainfall are expected by 10 p.m. Central Time. Repeat.
Yeah, I think they goofed. I think when they made this game, they goofed at this part right here. They goofed at a lot of parts, but here's another part they goofed at. This radio isn't plugged into anything. And turning the power on won't turn the damn radio on if it's not plugged in. So a battery operated radio runs on its own power. Unless this is the type of radio that can respond to electric charges in the ear. I don't see any wires connected to the bottom. That's a goof right there. Or turning the power on automatically turns the power on this radio. I don't see how that works.
The hell?
You see that increasing sound of dread rising? It doesn't work. What works was the ooh, 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 and then silence. That works. Because now the music here is contradicting the music of the dread. It's just taking away from the fear. Like if you're going to have music increasing, you can't have other music to contradict it. It has to complement it and accelerate it. They're not the same. I need my collectibles. Okay, it's showing his face. It has to be a collectible here. Why would they give me an interaction to show his character? There's nothing, no relevance. Yes, this one is looking directly at me. Good to go. I would say that's the 2% fear. Take away the percent of it actually looking at you. You just repurpose yourself in a perspective that you are actually standing on the other side, looking forward. It's just a doll looking this way. You're actually being a real person, and that's an increased 2% more fear. But that's not the case here. I guess something is better than nothing, but it doesn't work. You have to follow up with things like you do like that. If you have that doll all the way at the end looking at staring at you, you have to follow up. But it's not going to follow up. If they simply put this interactive part right here, simply so you could look to make it seems like this one is looking at you, and that's a waste of an interactive button. I was hoping I would find something here, or above them, or near them, or through them, or not for a cheap setup to make it look like this dude over here is looking at you. Yes, and I know the reason why they do that, so that you could go over here and pick this up. But if the hint's to go over there that he's looking at you, then there's no reason to put this here. If you know you're going to walk up there anyway and look at all of them. It doesn't work.
Damn it!
That doesn't work either. The moment she raised her hands and the puppet hands was there, you already knew it was coming. So I don't know why people can't see the most obvious of things, but it's whatever. I didn't pay these people to make this game. Someone else did.
To build my own little castle. Just
I don't care what you have to say, Sherman.
Where's a PA when you need one? Gotta be smarter than the chair box.
Yeah. Where the hell is everyone?
It's a two-person job to pull Kate away from her mirror. When we wrap, you should totally write a how-to book on managing a crew with grace and poise.
Fuck off. Do your job.
See? You already have the title. What the hell?
Hey, help! Somebody help me! I can't see a thing! Guys, please!
Okay, so I didn't take the damn inhaler. I left it on the table, and now I'm back in the scene. So now I can make a different decisions. So hopefully something else happened so I could get more secrets.
Aaron?
Get me out of here! I can't see a thing!
The door is stuck.
Break it open!
It's not budging.
Here, let me.
Aaron? It's okay. We're right here. You're not hurt, are you?
I need my inhaler.
Having an asthma attack. What's your room number?
Hurry!
Charlie, where's the room?
Next to mine, down the long hallway from you.
Aaron, I'm going. Try to breathe slow and easy. We're here, Aaron. Just try to stay calm.
Count your breath. 1, 2, 3, in. 1, 2, 3, out.
We need to
break through this thing. Guys, I can't.
Go and look for something to knock this door down. Me and Mark will try and force it open.
Who's there? Guys, somebody is in here. With me. Oh, God. Just breathe.
All right,
Just breathe.
I have a full dose of inhaler. That's a decision.
Hey.
I have 3 puffs of inhale.
You're okay now.
That's
You're
different
safe.
from the last time.
What? Did you see him?
But I didn't get any secrets except breathing. But that's not part of the collectibles. This is the collectibles. What's considered collectibles are premonitions and secrets. Nothing else is considered collectibles. Just secrets and premonitions. At least to the game standards, only secrets and premonitions. I mean, even the game says it when you go back to the beginning. Oh, come on, how would I know where these things are? Like, how would I know where they are? Maybe there's some directly towards the end. See, this is what's considered collectibles. Pictures and secrets. Nothing else. Just pictures and secrets. So how do I find them? See, this one I believe might be towards the end, where I found FBI card. But this one is a ring. Harrison and Lewis were just, I guess, at the hotel. We checked in a few weeks before the TV crew arrived. I was thinking maybe there's a TV room or something. And then this one's connected. History written, resignation letter. It's a resignation from one of the construction company workers. So this is a letter from one of the skeleton crew people that pieced out. I guess I could find in the ditch area. It's part of grand opening. The spa location. And this one has to be connected to this cemetery, caretaker. But where in the hell, man? Alright. This is going to be one of those games that it's going to force you to try to find these things. And forcing you to try to find things that, you know, it's one thing to have collectibles. It's another thing not to give hints where the collectibles are. These are just things that give you no hints where the collectibles might be. So they could be literally anywhere. So you'll be wasting a lot of time. Christ almighty. Okay, so you know what? I know what I'll do. Collectibles. Where, I'm going to type this in online. Where to find every secret in as much as I like to play this game more than once, I know for a fact that it will take me more than one time or even 2 tries to get every secret in this game, for which I won't find enjoyable whatsoever or entertaining, especially since I play other games as well. I mean, it's not like one of those games where it's so great that you have to want to play it multiple times. It's not like that. It's not like Doom Eternal or something where you're willing to play it more than once or more than twice, or like Resident Evil Remake. Not one of those type of games. It's more like a game you will play once or twice and be done with it. Come on. Another thing about this game that doesn't make sense is like the symbols that they use for these type of clues don't make exact sense. Like, I understand the fingerprints is kind of like the fingerprints of who the killer is, but these are all, I guess these are supposed to represent the different people that were trying to escape or run away. Photography of him on the back. Joseph is the man, the crew on the ferry. I guess the people, all the images that represent running are different people that are killed, and all the images that represent brain are the ones that are clues that are leading to the killer. Yeah, but see, this has nothing to do with killer. This has to do with the duties. So I guess all the brain ones has to do with job relation stuff. FBI memo. It was assigned. So these are psychological stuff. The fingerprints are ID, who that person is, and these are evidence of who the person is. So here's the thing, like, okay, it was discovered that Hector Monday, based on the memorandums, was this killer. So wouldn't that be on the fingerprints? I mean, this is the same thing. It's just information given to you what happened. Like, it's stupid to use these things. Like, the running one makes sense, but the fingerprints on the, it's real dumb. It's poorly done. He doesn't even say what it is. It's like, okay, running means people who survive, and fingerprints mean clues that lead to the killer, or identification of killer. But the brain one, it's doing the same thing as fingerprint one, so it doesn't really work. Okay, so I'll try a different location. Yeah, this is the real sucky part about this game that probably not a lot of people are even going to be talking about, is to find out where these things are scattered. The ridiculous amount of time you will have to play the game in order to find them, if you even find them. The game doesn't even give you hints at where they are. A game isn't really good if it's, I mean, you understand this when it comes to exploration games. The game wants you to explore and find things on your own. But this isn't an exploration game. Plain and simple, this is not an exploration game. This is a linear story game. With some mild forms of exploration, I guess. Try this one. Overwrite this one.
Where the hell is she?
She's got to be around here somewhere. She has to be.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a simple explanation.
This place is like a maze. She's just turned around somewhere
And screaming her ass off? You all heard her. Something bad has happened.
You don't know that.
Bullshit. You just don't want to let this shoot go, Charles. I, on the other hand, have no problem with that. Something is very not right here. Let's just find Aaron and get the hell off this island.
Everyone relax, okay? Just give me a second to think.
Excuse you.
And exit stage left, our oh so confident and sure leader.
What was that?
Here's another thing about these clothes. They don't have names for them. None of these clothes have names. This says guest house. Well, actually, no, they do have names. But the names aren't actually what I'm trying to say is the names aren't actually present. The numbers are present. But when you find them, they have names. This one is called Page News. This one is Sherman Tape 1, so on and so forth. So if you're actually looking for the clues, the name won't show because you don't know what it is, so obviously you won't know where it's going to be. There's no hints or anything with regards to it, other than the fact that it might be tied to a previous hint location. Like if it's Sherman Tape 1, but it doesn't show where Sherman Tape 4 was located. So there's a tape from FBI interview between Special Agent Monday and Manny Sherman. But you don't remember where this tape was found because it doesn't tell you where the tape was found. So you won't remember where it's found because the game gives you no idea where you last left, where you found the tape. It just gives you the name of the tape. So it's up to you to remember where you found it. That's another bad thing. That's why I kept this game as a 6.7 game, and I didn't go above a 6.7. But now think about it, I should drop it down to a 6.5. Once you found something in a location, it should not only tell you where it is, it should tell you where it's found. I know they're thinking that they're being clever by not actually telling you where you found your previous clue, because then you will just follow a trail until you find a clue if they're within the same vicinity. But that's kind of stupid and annoying. That's not fun. You're just pissing off your audience. That's all. I have no idea where Sherman location is. None. And I have no idea where this is either. Lucinda Monday's grave. I have no idea where any of these things are because they're scattered throughout the entire place. That's why you can play this 2, 3, or 4 times, you still won't find something because they're scattered. And that's what the people are hoping that you do, play it several times. Like, you only play games several times if you like how things are set up in the game. If you build a bad game setup, you fail at the game aspect of your game.
Charlie is thinking, which looks a lot like a temper tantrum.
Maybe he's right. If we don't crush this episode, we're all screwed.
Are you kidding me?
What? I'm just
I've
saying.
been waiting on you for ages to actually make a decision about something. Anything. And now this is when you suddenly choose to take a stand?
So the show is more important than the fat Erin is missing? No way, Mark, come on.
We find her and we leave.
You're jumping to conclusions.
Mark, I don't know what's made the two of you suddenly swap perspectives, but Kate is right.
If the show goes down, we're all screwed.
Yeah, don't care. I'm gonna find Erin.
I first met Agent Monday on October 12th, 1997 at O'Hare Airport when I was assigned to welcome him off the plane. I'd actually met him once before at a lecture on criminal behavior given a few weeks prior here in Chicago, but I doubt he remembered me from that. I was pretty nervous as the new kid on the block. I was just out of training, and I'd been assigned to drive around this big shot criminal profiler who just cracked the Arkansas case, which was all over the national newspapers.
Right. He's...
on your spirit crystal?
Don't do that. And don't make fun of me.
Sorry. Wouldn't want you to cut yourself. The rock is sharp as hell and, super magical.
It's an amethyst crystal. It
helps keep you calm by blanketing you in protective energy. I know. I remember.
If you know, then don't call it a rock.
Maybe I just feel like you should take responsibility of your own emotions and stop outsourcing the job to a crystal.
Maybe you're right. But you don't have to be an asshole about it.
Okay, maybe that was a shitty thing to say. I'm sorry.
It's fine. This isn't the time or place to...
I have to tell you something.
Okay.
Earlier, you brought up that DP job I blew off. I never told you the truth about it.
About what?
It wasn't a job, not really.
What are you talking about?
Remember my friend Murray? He was setting up a studio in Brooklyn, fine arts. He wanted a partner.
That's your dream.
Yeah. There is exactly zero money to be made, so I thought you'd tell me it was insane, rightfully. Because it would be.
Wait, I mean, did you ever think maybe of chasing the dream first and making it work practically second?
Clearly not. I'm here, aren't I? Things are already starting to get tough for us.
Oh, no. Don't put any of this on me. This is all you.
I know. I turned it down because it would have taken me away from you.
I guess I didn't even think of that.
I just...
What do you want me to say?
Guess I was holding out for things to change with us. Deep down, I'm still hoping.
You should have said all this before.
I know.
I'm not going through it all again.
What if this time is different?
Oh, come on. That's not likely, and you know it.
Sorry. I guess I'm a little confused.
We better go. Let's find Aaron and get the fuck out of here.
Do you think they found Dumet?
I don't care. I'm more interested in finding Aaron, which I'm sure Charles is not concerned with.
Why do you call him that?
What? Charles? Because he hates it, obviously. Wonder how much pure amethyst is going for online these days.
It isn't moving.
So now what? We're fucked.
There has to be a way around.
Yeah, maintenance corridors, crawl space, has to be. What's going on? Demet, what the hell is going on with him?
He was nervous the whole way here. I chalked it up to him just being eccentric.
There's a lot of miles between eccentric and murderous.
Let's think about this. You saw Dumet take off.
So maybe he found out there was a killer and bugged out?
Maybe. Or perhaps the man we met wasn't actually Dumet.
And the dude in the mask is?
That contraption, that's a hell of a lot to set up. That was planned out, every bit of it. It was set up for us to find.
Which makes it even more likely the dude on the ferry wasn't really Demet.
Trying to map this in my head. But I think Erin's room has been completely cut off.
Jesus, Charlie. Why is he messing with her?
Because she's the most easily frightened. The most vulnerable. Don't you watch our show? That's what these sociopaths...
Oh, what the fuck?
Is that a kid?
Oh, good. You hear a creepy kid voice, too. I was worried I was finally snapping.
Where's it coming from?
Charlie, come here. Let's get this open.
We're in a bloody nesting doll.
What?
A Russian nesting doll. You know? A doll in a doll in a doll.
Are you losing your shit? Because I don't need that right now.
We're locked in a kitchen, trapped in a hotel, stranded on an island. Even if we get out of this room...
How do we get out of the hotel?
Exactly. Or off the island.
Maybe we just focus on one thing at a time. This room first.
You're right.
Natalie Morel. Hello.
This goddamn game, man. You gotta be shitting me. It doesn't matter what I load into the damn game. If I don't know exactly where they are, I won't be able to find them. I have to know exactly where they are. The game gives you no hints whatsoever to know exactly where they are. Shit. And another thing which is weird, I find it very strange. There are sometimes you take photos with your camera. What's that about? Sometimes it's green in the camera, sometimes it's not. I believe those unlock like extra content that has nothing to do with collectibles, like bonus features, maybe.
Fuck.
Okay, so I already know about this one. So maybe, I don't know, man. Let's see what else I could get. Like, this is the shit that would piss you off. You have stuff to do, like how long do you have to keep going back and forth, back and forth? Ah, I see. Because in my playthrough, Erin got her ass killed. In my playthrough, I saw wasn't able to keep Erin alive. But this time around, oh, for Christ's sakes. I just realized something. Holy shit. So basically, oh my god. Do not tell me this is what's gonna happen. Like, this time around I keep Erin alive, so I now have to proceed forward through the entire goddamn story until I get to the section which is called Silver Ash, which is an Erin section. And it's obviously not here. So I have to go through the whole fucking thing just to unlock an extra section for Erin, where those secrets probably are. You got to be shitting me. Because I don't see it here. Is that's what this game is telling me? Like, if Erin dies, her entire secret location is locked off. Like, oh man. That blows. Then that means I have to go all the way back to do Erin's section all over again. And then play through the entire game as until I get up to Erin's Silver Ash part, where it transitioned to Erin surviving. Because it's not here. All these chapters were based on characters I survived all the way towards the end. Erin and... oh my god. You're shitting me. Okay, so I have to go all the way back here to when Erin was still alive. Because I already overwrite Erin's section from noises already. Shit. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if I'd made separate save slots for Erin and the different individuals, I would have to continue the story from that individual. In other words, I'm after play it. It's like the game is forcing me to play the story all over again. If I want to continue as those characters, but like, geez, you can't do it individually. You can't load and reload and save. The game is forcing you to play the whole damn thing. Like, for Christ. But you know what? I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try something different. Goddamn Erin, man. Pissed me off. And another sucky thing. See, this is why this game is not that great. Why I now am going to revise my thought with regards to this game and the House of Ashes and all that. I'll have to lower House of Ashes even further because this is better than House of Ashes. But if I lower this to the actual percentage I gave for House of Ashes, which I gave House of Ashes like a 6.5 or something like that, then I have to go back to that video and then lower House of Ashes even further. That means House of Ashes actually sucked. Some shit, man. All this for fucking collectibles.
Bury me deep, Your Honor. Make sure they feel my punch.
Damn it. Breakers.
And people are like, people really need to know how to make things better. Like they really need to sit down and think about how you make something better and something that works. They have to know they're going to get all types of people playing this game. Those who are impatient type, those who are patient type, those who are enjoy the fear and happiness type, or those who don't appreciate it. Like you have to be able to satisfy your entire core audience, or your entire audience, not just your core audience. Like if you could satisfy your entire audience, then you're going to be able to satisfy your core audience, because the core people are going to be on board if the entire group of people who don't give a shit are also on board.
Shit. Hello? Mr. Demet? Great. into the creepy maintenance room in the creepy hotel on the creepy island to shoot a doc about serial killers all alone and without my stun gun. Choices, Jamie. Make better choices. This is your own damn fault. Thank God. Something from this century.
Attention. Attention. This is a severe weather storm warning for the Greater Lakes area. High winds and heavy rainfall are expected by 10 p.m. This is a severe
What the hell? Ah! Damn it!
You know, 10 years, or not even 10 years, 5 years down the road, people are going to be laughing at what people from this generation believe is scary. They're going to say stuff like, why do they always give that jump scare music? Like, ching, like a flash of music attached to the jump scare. They'll probably say that. Or why are the jump scare always around corners or stuff? They'll probably make fun of it. And they have a right to make fun of it because it doesn't work. It doesn't increase the fear. Doesn't make it scary. It just makes it obvious. If you're going to do a jump scare, it can't be obvious. It has to be effective.
I had to build my own little castle, just like Holmes did. Most people...
Where's a PA when you need one? Gotta be smarter than the chair box.
Yeah. Where the hell is everyone?
It's a two-person job to pull Kate away from her mirror. rap, you should totally write a how-to book on managing a crew with grace and poise.
Fuck off. Do your job.
See? You already have the title. What the hell?
Hey! Hey, help! Somebody help me! I can't see a thing! Guys, please!
Aaron?
Get me out of here! I can't see a thing!
Door's shut!
Break it open!
Not buzzing! Aaron? It's okay. We're right here. You're not hurt, are you?
I need my inhaler.
Having an asthma attack. What's your room number?
Hurry!
Charlie, where's the room?
Next to mine, down the long hallway to you.
Aaron, I'm going. Just try to breathe slow and easy. We're here, Aaron. Just try to stay calm.
Count your breath. 1, 2, 3, in. 1, 2, 3, out.
We need to break through this thing.
Guys, I can't.
Go and look for something to knock this door down. Me and Mark will try and force it open.
Who's there? Guys, somebody is in here. With me. Oh, God. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Exactly. See, this is the fascinating thing about this game. It's the one of the good things I would say with regards to this game. You really don't know your choices that you're going to make, or if you should make the choice at all. That's the only really good thing I would say about the Dark Pictures game. When it comes to making choices, they've got it down packed. About those are that and the realism of how the characters look are about the only good things. They took the budget away from this game with regards to the details on the characters' faces. It feels like something straight out of Little Hope rather than something straight out of House of Ashes. You could see the drop in budget, but the increase in how to make choices and how the result of things has gotten better, at least. That's why I'm keeping it still at a 6.6. No matter how much bad stuff, there are a lot of good stuff to keep it where it is.
Hey.
You're okay now. You're safe.
What? Did you see him?
Come on.
He was... Somebody was right there. In there with me.
Aaron, it's just a dummy.
No, it was not a dummy. He had a hat on, like H.H. Holmes.
Charles, you're working her to death. Now she's hallucinating shit from the show?
I did not.
Nothing bad happened, Aaron. You're okay. No one is in there. Let's all just calm down, Get Erin back to her room for a rest.
I'm not fucking tired.
Let's go.
Come on, Erin.
Ah. There you are. I think Erin's shown signs.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, why didn't she say, hey, there was a dude there that he cut off a piece of my hair? I'm pretty sure he looked like he was cutting her earring off, but she still had both earrings on. So why didn't she tell them, like, no, it's not a dummy. A dummy can't reach for me and then try to cut off a piece of my hair. So I showed them a piece of her hair or whatever. Like, dummies don't reach for you and grab you and stuff. Maybe you hallucinated and you thought the dummy did. But like, well, did the dummy cut off a piece of my hair as well? Like, that's something that you should be concerned about. Like, hallucinating and believing that something is there that was in the room with you and you could chalk it up to a dummy is one thing. But I actually think touching and removing a piece of your hair is another thing. I got six missing.
Serious pluck, wouldn't you say? Now,
So now I got to continue the game from this
Mr.
point.
Dumet? Apparently, he's left the island. How very rude not to stay for dinner. Maybe if he had, things wouldn't have become so uncomfortable. Charlie certainly lost his cool, and if a team can't work together, they are unlikely to succeed. I can only observe, and it can be frustrating to watch. In some ways, I envy you. I only record events. You get to shape them. You'd better get back to things before one of our friends makes a poor choice on their own.
I'll be really pissed off if none of these secret items, if not a single one of my missing secret items on the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 actually, no, 8 secret items. Is it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. 8 secret items. If none of these items, not single one, not even one, is within Erin's section, once I get control of Erin again, I'll be extremely pissed off if that's the case, and that means I just kept Erin alive for no goddamn reason.
Let's just all take a deep breath and not lose our minds.
No, Charles. We're done. This has been weird every step of the way, and now it's getting scary.
Oh, relax.
I'm serious. Everything about this is off.
Kills me to admit it, but Kate is right. Somebody tried to attack Erin.
We don't know that's what actually happened.
I know what I saw.
In the dark?
You think I'm making this up?
Everyone relax, okay? Just give me a second to think.
Excuse you.
And exit stage left, our oh so confident and sure leader.
What was that?
Charlie is thinking, which looks a lot like a temper tantrum.
Maybe he's right. What? I'm just
I've
saying.
been waiting on you for ages to actually make a decision about something. Anything. And now this is when you suddenly choose to take a stand?
Sorry, maybe I'm crazy, but if Erin says somebody came for her, I believe her.
We're not safe here.
It was just a dummy.
You think I'm lying? Really?
I think maybe you're just confused about what you saw in the dark.
I know what I saw.
Right. Here's the plan.
And here's another reason why, even though this is better than House of Ashes, why this company and their stories will never be this great. None of their stories will ever be good. The characters in all of their stories are dumb. The characters in Until Dawn were dumb. The characters in House of Ashes were dumb. The characters in Low Hope were somewhat dumb. The characters in Here are dumb. The characters in The Quarry are dumb. And I get a lot of people arguing, no, the characters in Here are kind of smart and do things realistic. No, man. They're dumb. Like, if she says, you think I'm lying, tell him, Mark, you can tell him I'm lying. All she has to do is open her mouth and says, someone forced me against the wall. Can a mannequin do that? If he said, well, you're hallucinating, the mannequin probably fell and then you fell against the wall. But, like, does the mannequin would cut my hair off as well? Can you explain that? Like, maybe you think the mannequin cut your hair off. Your hair was missing for a certain time. So eventually being around people who are skeptical, who think you're just hallucinating because you're panicking over your asthma, they're completely voiding the very existence whatsoever, that what you see can't be considered real because of your asthma. Your panic and your asthma somehow dissolves anything that you're actually physically seeing. That's basically their conclusion to this, at least Mark's conclusion, or the people who made the story of the game. That asthma plus paranoia equals delusions in seeing things in the dark. Now I understand panic can do that, and I understand panic could make that happen. But there's a huge difference between you actually physically seeing something and hearing something and smelling something and tasting something than actually you interacting with something. Like if something put force on you, or you put force on a thing, and said thing move, or said thing moves you, that's not an after image. That's not a hallucination. That's not a mirage. Something after is actually physically there that moved you, or you moved it. So I guess you could chalk up the dummy to actually something that moved and then frightened her. She believed there was something in there, but it wouldn't explain the fact of it cutting her hair. It wouldn't explain the fact that she's keeping silent and not saying the whole hair part at all. Even if they don't believe her, even if nobody believes her whatsoever at all. The fact that the game, whoever wrote the story, did not decide to mention the fact that he actually cut her hair and make Aaron say this, the people who made the story for the game made the character Aaron a moron because she refused to open her mouth and say specifically what happened in the room. That's why these game stories for anything Supermassive made have never been good.
We've already got a plan. It's leaving.
Just listen. We cannot jump to conclusions. I'm going to go and find Dumet and get clear on everything. Everything is going to be fine, okay? And we're going to get the footage we need.
He didn't show for dinner. What makes you think you can find him now?
A positive attitude. You should try it sometime.
Bravo, Charles. Your delusions make for such great plans.
Demet left. I saw it, remember?
Maybe he's back now.
Maybe he's not.
Would it kill you to think positively just once?
I guess as far as Charlie ideas go, it's not the worst he's ever had.
It's not even the worst idea I've had this evening.
Don't go patting yourself on the back. I still think your priorities are fucked.
Whatever. I'm going.
I'm coming with you.
Wait. Do you have to go?
Be right back. Promise. Just stay put so I know where to find you, okay?
I don't care what he says. I'm done. I'm getting my shit together.
And here's another thing with regards to the characters in here. I would say they've obviously known Charlie for a long time. They've obviously been with him for a long time. They're obviously associated with him for a long time. The fact that they're still rolling with him to this very day, doing multiple projects. That's the reason why they could be talking to him, their boss, that way. And he obviously needs them because they're probably cheap and they're willing to do the work. And it will be a bitch for him to find new crew and new people he doesn't know and trust. So he just put up with them until they decide to quit and leave, and he has no choice but to find other people. But it's like Kate said, this guy would get rid of him in a heartbeat if he found better people. So apparently, Charlie has not found better people. Otherwise, Jamie, Kate would have been fired a long time ago. So the fact that they're upset and getting pissed off with Charlie means the last location where they did work with Charlie was probably would have been their last day at work, which is Topeka. And the fact that he still kept them is because he hasn't found someone willing to accept the type of rate or the type of situation or the type of experience. He hasn't found the type of experience someone has or rate or whatever it is equal to that of these people yet. Otherwise, he would have got rid of them, just like he said. So yeah, Charlie is kind of a piece of shit. That's about the one thing I could say that the game gets right with regards to characters, not story. That the interaction seems real, even though the decision making is stupid. It's like the game gets one thing good about them, and then it always gets something bad. Like the game gets the whole running thing good, but then it gets the whole interacting with objects bad. The game gets the whole you find items, and the items have name, but the game gets the whole idea of where the items can be last located wrong, or the fact that you read the items while you were in the mission, read the document that was inside of the book, but now when they're in the inventory, you can't read what's inside the book anymore. It just gives you a statement of what the book is. So the game gets things right all the time, but then every time it gets something right, it seems to get something wrong. That's why this game is a 6.6. Some people probably gave it a 6.5. I'm being generous to this game. This game is slightly better than House of Ashes. It slightly means probably 1 or 2 points better. But yeah, it's not great. If I find this on Metacritic and it's in the 7s, if this is in the 7s on Metacritic or on anyone's website or on any, I would say those people don't know what the hell they're doing anymore. And it doesn't matter what amount of degrees or whatever you have, you are a complete moron. But that's how society is based on. It's based on documentations of proof of what I can do and what I can't do. It's not based on the person having a brain and common sense. It's just based on I'm literally smart because the government says I am. That's why I could be doing this and you can't. But I'm not technically smart. A book just says I am.
Kate.
I'm leaving, Mark. You coming or not?
And yes, I know there's an argument, well, if the book says I am, based on my intelligence to assess things better than other people, then technically I'm smart because those other people can't do it, but I can. Well, there are 5 types of smarts. I've always said this. 5 types. Spiritual, financial, physical, psychological, and mental. Like, you don't have to be smart to know how to be financially clever in order to get money. You don't have to be book smart in order to know how to be physically treat your body and put it in good condition so it could look in good condition. You don't need money for that either. You just need to know what type of physical workout will require you to get the type of abs or so on and so forth. The same as mental intelligence. You don't have to need money in order to buy the right books in order to study and to continue to study and to get the brain you need in order to achieve certain things. Same as psychological. You don't need to go to school or to get physical training or to, I guess you could say, or to spiritually attach yourself into anything in order to assess your environment. It just takes time. Psychological intelligence is a lot about time and testing of theories more than anything, and then testing it some more to say, well, this is the result of this to this to this, so I surmise that this is what happens. So if you'd psychologically think, well, mentally, if this happens and this happens, then this might also happen. So psychological assessment and psychological intelligence is all about trial and error and reevaluating things over and over again. There's also other factors as well. And then there's a spiritual one. Let's say all four of your other intelligence makes no sense whatsoever at all. But you're a spiritual person. You go to church, you always read the Bible, you always do this, or you're into Buddha or whatever, and you increase your intelligence on this to make your mind healthy and your soul healthy and make you feel good so you can wake up and do your job best of your abilities. Even though there's lots of bad stuff around you, you're able to successfully accelerate even in bad surroundings because your spirit is up. So I always say this is the case with regards to anyone. So anyone just dropped that book knowledge nonsense, it's like, I'm intelligent, and you was like, yeah, but you're afraid of the dark, or I'm more intelligent than you, but yeah, you don't know when to go out and to jog in the proper time frame. You're trying to balance your life out with all aspects and find a time to push physical workout and psychological and spiritual in, but you're not assessing what time in order to do this amongst the world that you're in. So same as financial, same as spiritual. If you're going to do these things, they have to be applied at certain specific times. That's not detrimental to what you're trying to achieve. You're going to physically work out. You have to physically work out in a time that's not going to be detrimental to your health and your physical form, which means you work out in the morning instead of in the evening. Same thing for spiritual. When should you be spiritual and practice it? Morning or evening? I guess you could do it at any time because that's not something that physically would cause harm based on the world around you. That also depends on if the world around you think that we're going to be active shooters and shoot people up in the morning rather than in the night. So you have to understand your surrounding. A lot of people do not understand.
Aaron saw someone.
Okay, you're right. Sorry. It's just Charlie said.
We're not safe here. That outweighs having a damn job.
You're right. Let's go, Aaron. Everything's gonna be okay. Wait here.
Can't you just stay here while I pack up my stuff?
I don't want to waste any time. I'm right around the corner. Let's all be quick. We'll be right back. Promise.
No, don't. Sorry, just still freaked out. Can you leave it open so you guys can hear me?
Of course.
Okay, genius. Where are we going to look first for Dumet?
I'm not looking for Dumet. I'm scouting for shots. If he pops...
Okay. And I'm very serious about what I'm saying with regards to the intelligence stuff. I need these 4. Strange where I could find them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Very serious about that. Because you got people who are heavy set and have a fulfilling life. But they're willing to look down on those who are skinnier than them because those people don't have a fulfilling life. But they don't seem to get that their physical health is going to be affected by their weight if they don't do something about it. So technically, unless your intelligence is 3 above the other 5, like, you're not really intelligent, you're average. I would say 2.5 out of 5 things makes you about average. There are 5 types of intelligence. There are probably more, but those are the main 5 that I've always worked with, and I was told I should always focus on more than anything. So if you have 2.5 out of all 5 of them, you're still halfway point. So if you have intelligence physically, intelligence mentally, and somewhat spiritually, you're still lacking psychological and financial. But if you're intelligent financially and you're intelligent psychologically and you're somewhat in good physical condition, you're still not better than other people who are, intelligent by book smarts or by, I would say, spiritual smarts, and a little by physical as well. And a lot of people argue, well, if you're good at finance, then it means that you're good at book smarts as well, because you have to be good at book smarts to be financially good. It's like, yeah, kinda, but not really. Like I said, you don't have to have a degree in accounting in order to find out a way to get money, or to find out a way to get money in anything. Like, so the book smarts doesn't necessarily mean you have to be good at being able to manage your money. You just have to know how to manage your money. So if someone is both book smart and, financial smart, they know how to use what they have, then that's 2 things that you want already. And I guess if they're somewhat spiritual, or 1%, 5% of the other 3, then they're halfway point. But that still is a halfway point, man. It still is. Like, you really can't talk shit about someone who's psychologically intelligent more than you, because they're going to be able to fool you all the time, cleverly, and you're not going to be able to outdo their cleverness or be witty in replying to their cleverness, because you won't be able to catch on to their behavior fast enough to know that they're messing with you. Like, sarcasm is one of clever ways for people to hide. It's a lot goes into various different types of intelligence, but I always I specifically always look down on those who specifically look down on others, when I know for a fact that looking at their body, looking at what they're wearing, looking at how they treat people, looking at the type of money they give to others, and looking at how they present themselves, and looking at what they say, 4 out of those 5 things can be represented simply by your interacting with these people. Whether someone from a shop, or someone who walks down the street, or someone on your job, 4 of those 5 things can be assessed straight away from simply something like that. And I say this because it's very important. Because the world doesn't get better if you're around people who look down on others, because they lack a certain one of these things, or 2 of these things. Like, these people, type of people that do this are called incompetent people, because they're failing to see their own blindness that's staring them right in the face, or staring the people who they're looking at right in the face. Like, you go to a store and you purchase something, and the person looking at you like you're looking like you're poor or something. You could just look back at them and say, well, you look like you're overweight and you're about to die in like 2 years. They don't see this, though, because they don't want to see it until it happens to them. So there's a lot of dumbass people in this world, both those who have a lot of money and those who are, don't. Like, rich people throwing trash on the street is no different than poor person throwing trash on the street. That's all I gotta say. How this has to do with this game, I would say it's half and half.
Up along the way, great.
Jesus. You really don't care about anything else, do you?
Of course I care.
Tell that to Kate.
You know as well as I do, if we're set up and a camera is rolling, she'll want to be in front of it.
Asshole. What happened here?
No idea.
I wonder if that groundskeeper would know where Demet went.
Jamie, over here.
So I'm gonna do this until I get to Aaron's point, and then I'll stop at Aaron. Because this is completely mad. 2 hours in, and I haven't found a single clue related to any of the secrets from before.
I'm freaking the fuck out.
It's just blood.
Just blood?
I'll cut off like 30 minutes of me just talking, but still, that's 2 hours of me searching different areas and still haven't found a single one.
Are you kidding me?
You're jumping to conclusions.
That's why I'll keep this game at a 6.6. But like, it's a poor way to set up searching for stuff, forcing you to play the game over again, which is fine. But there's no proper way to know where they can be found. If they're scattered all over the place, then you could play the game all over again from the very beginning, and you still won't find it all over again from the very beginning. That's not good. You have to give hints.
Something was dragged along this way.
They're fucked up, man.
And that's not a cause for concern to you?
All right, it's a little odd.
Odd?
What do you want me to say? Look, it's probably just Dumet or the groundskeeper dragging in some dead animal from outside. Maybe it's our dinner.
Welcome, one and all, to tonight's entertainment.
Oh, what the fuck?
Presented by Grantham Demet.
Dumet? What? So he hasn't left?
I first met Agent Monday on October 12th, 19...
Lovely.
You hear that?
Please, help.
The fuck?
Help me. Please. Please.
Are you...
I'll do anything.
What happened? Are you okay?
What the fuck?
Stop! Look.
What is this?
It's a fucking booby trap. You shift your weight off that plate and this guy is getting run through by that thing.
Help. Please. Help. Help me.
Jamie.
Please help me.
Oh my God.
Shit, give me your hand. Come on. Damn it.
What's happening? What did I do?
We need to get the fuck out of here. Now. Charlie.
Huh?
Let's go.
Did you see him?
The mask?
What the hell was that?
Are you shitting me?
We're trapped. Jesus. We're trapped.
What do we do?
Break the fucking door down.
Right. On 3. 1, 2, 3. You hear that?
Yes. What is happening?
Find your spirit crystal?
Don't do that. And don't make fun of me.
Sorry. Wouldn't want you to cut yourself. The rock is sharp as hell and, super magical.
It's an amethyst crystal. It
helps keep you calm by blanketing you in protective energy. I know. I remember.
If you know, then don't call it a rock.
Maybe I just feel like you should take responsibility of your own emotions and stop outsourcing the job to a crystal.
Maybe you're right. But you don't have to be an asshole about it.
Okay, maybe that was a shitty thing to say. I'm sorry.
It's fine. This isn't the time or place to...
I have to tell you something.
Okay.
Earlier, you brought up that DP job I blew off. I never told you the truth about it.
About what?
It wasn't a job, not really.
What are you talking about?
Remember my friend Murray? He was setting up a studio in Brooklyn, Fine Arts. He wanted a partner.
That's your dream.
Yeah. There is exactly zero money to be made, so I thought you'd tell me it was insane, rightfully. Because it would be.
Wait, I mean, did you ever think maybe of chasing the dream first and making it work practically second?
Clearly not. I'm here, aren't I? Things are already starting to get tough for us.
Oh, no. Don't put any of this on me. This is all you.
I know. I turned it down because it would have taken me away from you.
I guess I didn't even think of that.
I just...
What do you want me to say?
Guess I was holding out for things to change with us. Deep down, I'm still hoping.
You should have said all this before.
I know.
I'm not going through it all again.
What if this time is different?
Oh, come on. That's not likely, and you know it.
Sorry. I guess I'm a little confused.
We better go. Let's get back to Aaron and get the fuck out of here.
Do you think they found Dumet?
Charles seems hell-bent on talking to him, so maybe, yeah. Wonder how much pure amethyst is going for online these days. Wait.
What's that?
Is this somebody's idea of a fucking joke? How is this here?
Did you bring this?
No.
Is that her?
Yeah. Shelby.
Matching nails?
God, don't. We always got them done the same. That's him.
What?
That's him. The guy in the back.
You know him?
I kinda did. He was just one of those guys that was always around. We would be at some of the same parties, but that's it. It was my fault.
You know that's not true.
The night it happened, I was supposed to meet her. We were going to grab some drinks, go to a party. I slept through. There's a big deal on campus not to go out on your own. And Shelby waited for me when I didn't show, and that's when he got her.
It's okay.
It's not fucking okay. It can't be. I have to live with it every day, and now someone knows. Someone wanted me to find this. What the hell is that?
I have no idea. But I feel like it's bad.
What the hell?
Get over here, now!
Charlie!
I can't hold this. Listen, you have to get the fuck out any way you can. Just get the fuck out! Now!
Jamie! Charlie!
What the hell just happened?
I don't know, but I think it's really bad.
It isn't moving.
So now what? We're fucked.
There has to be a way around.
Yeah, maintenance corridors, crawl space, has to be. What's going on? Demet, what the hell is going on with him?
He was nervous the whole way here. I chalked it up to him just being eccentric.
There's a lot of miles between eccentric and murderous.
Let's think about this. You saw Dumet take off.
So maybe he found out there was a killer and bugged out?
Maybe. Or perhaps the man we met wasn't actually Dumet.
And the dude in the mask is?
That contraption, that...
Motherfucker!
What?
Brick wall. Keep going.
Just like Holmes.
I know, I don't want to think about it.
Trying to map this in my head. But I think Erin's room has been completely cut off.
Jesus, Charlie. Why is he messing with her?
Because she's the most easily frightened. The most vulnerable.
Oh, what the fuck?
Is that a kid?
Oh, good. You hear a creepy kid voice, too. I was worried I was finally snapping.
Where's it coming from?
Charlie, come here. Let's get this open.
We're in a bloody nesting doll.
What?
A Russian nesting doll. You know? A doll in a doll in a doll.
Are you losing your shit? Because I don't need that right now.
We're locked in a kitchen, trapped in a hotel.
Natalie Morello. Oh, are you... Ah, fuck! Holy shit.
It's a fucking body.
You think? Meet the last party that visited this hotel.
You don't know that. Maybe... Fuck. You're probably right.
Charlie, I found a way out, maybe. Look, this one swings out. We can probably force it easier than the others.
Stand back.
That's not what I was expecting.
Ah! Amy! Ah! Ah!
Charlie? Fuck.
I know somebody was in there. I can't breathe.
Try to relax. Slow, deep breaths. In and out.
Come on. They gotta hear this. Wait. Guys? Hello? Hey! Charlie? Mark? Jamie? Come on, come on. Stop being such a damn wimp. Treatment for what?
carton this time. You trying to get on my good side or something? Yeah, I think I'll save them. What, no questions? What's going on with you, Monday? Oh, you seem different. Ah, I see that glimmer in your eye, you little devil. I can keep secrets, man. We all have them. That prosecutor is trying to get numbers out of me. Know that? Of course you know that. Numbers. They got Holmes for 27, but we know he was closer to 200, right? Can you imagine that? I wish I'd had the time to try and beat that. Sure, they know about those nice realtor ladies. They got families, after all. But the numbers the DA is asking me about, I think he knows there's some people out there, rejects, misfits, the kind of people that when you see them coming, you look the other way. Does anyone notice if they go missing? My father always told me to leave my mark on the world. I never knew what he meant by that. Not until I watched that first girl bleed out. I call it art. That's my signature on society. It's not murder. It's an aesthetic response to what this world has made me. Ask people to list serial killers, and they'll drop 5, 10 on you before they can think of any more. Ask them to name the detectives that caught those killers. No one is going to say a damn thing. No one knows. No one cares. No one makes movies about them. No one puts their faces on t-shirts. No one gives a shit. I've left my mark on the world. Have you?
Oh, what the hell? Oh, what is this crap? Jesus! What the hell?
Aaron, hello?
Jamie? Jamie?
Aaron? You there?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
What is happening? What?
You're not safe, Aaron.
How are...
You have to listen to me. Do exactly as I say.
Jamie, what is going on? Where are you? I don't...
Just listen. Listen. There's a cupboard in there. You have to get inside right now.
What are you talking about?
Just hide, Aaron.
Why are you telling me this? What's happening?
Aaron, now. Just trust me, okay?
Like, are they gonna explain how Jamie's able to contact her through that dummy? I'm pretty sure there was nothing that showed that she was able to speak to anything. So hopefully it show up later on in the game, apart from this part, where Erin does survive. Better explain that shit. Leaving that off is a huge misstep. Just including it in there to include it in there is stupid. Better be explained. I swear, I'm not even joking around. I'll probably drop this down to a 6.5 if it doesn't
Charlie?
explain how Jamie speak through that mic
Where the hell are they?
or that
Hopefully
intercom
somewhere safe,
that was
wondering where
inside
the
that
hell
dummy.
we are.
Okay, check this out.
What is going on? Are we locked in here?
Looks like it, yeah.
Alright, so apparently I found 2. And I only got 3 more to go. So I'm going to end it here. Maybe tomorrow I could find the remaining 2. I really want to finish this game off. I really do. Before I decide to get to another game. And this is not one of those games that are ridiculously long that you have to spend a vast amount of time on. But I got to hop onto Warframe in like 20 minutes from now, so I got to call it a day here. So I guess keeping Erin alive also was necessary for finding additional clues. So everyone I got killed on my first playthrough, I have to figure out a way to keep them alive so I could get the additional content. That sucks. Like, it forces you to not have certain things if someone dies. So it forces you to play the game like 4 times. Like, if Erin died, I have to play it again and save Erin. But if Jamie happened to accidentally die, I miss out content for Jamie. So it's like it's forcing you per every of these 5 people to play the game like 5 times if you're that bad at it. Like, if you're good at it, you play it twice and then you collect. But if you're not good, you have to play 3, 4, or even 5 times. They do aware of the type of people who are in this world, don't they? Like, I'm pretty sure they're not that stupid. The thing is, they want you to replay their game because they know they don't have a game to be classified as a game. It's an interactive movie. And because they don't have a game, they don't have anything else to sell you to, sell to you in order for you to keep replaying it, other than the secrets and collectibles. They really, see, having an interactive game will always fall into the lower tier. Will always be in the 5, 6, and maybe even in the 7s, but interactive movies will never be in the 8 and 9, never. Simply because they don't have the logic of the word game attached to their game, their interactive movie. The moment they cut off half of what makes a game, they already cut off half their arm. I don't think Supermassive ever understood that. That's why none of their games have ever been in the 8 and 9s. maybe in their minds that game has been in the 8 and 9. I'm pretty sure when it comes to their partners and to their their shareholders, as well as to their supporters, not the sponsors, additional supporters, as well as to their themselves and their crew. The game are always in the 8 and 9s, but like the random people who buy it from a store, they're never gonna put your game in the 8 and 9s, never. No, hell freezes over. Nothing that Supermassive have made, nothing, none of their games has ever been in the 8 and 9 territory. Hell could freeze over and none of their games will still be in the 8 and 9 territory. Until Dawn was the closest to an 8 and 9 territory. The closest. And that still wasn't in the high 7s category. It was like in the mid to low 7s category. I don't understand why these people don't get it. Like, if you're going to make a scary game and have it, the word game attached to it, then you have to have the game aspect in it. It's like for each of these games that they're slowly but surely getting towards the game aspect of their game. It's like the first 2 games that they ever made that were interactive movie was simply for you to interact with the movie. But they lack the understanding to say that, well, it's an interactive movie, but you're still playing on a video game system. So technically, it's a video game. If you're using a control to move characters around, but you fail at the video game section. Like they're just starting to understand this now. They started to get some of it in House of Ashes, but it's like it's a little too late. But it's never really too late. But 5 games, 6 games in, really, and they're just starting to get it. I know it's only 4 games for the anthology, but they're making more than 4 games. 5 to 6 games, like, that's been mass-produced and distributed to maybe 7, has been mass-produced and distributed to the audience, published and distributed and advertised and promoted. And out of those 6, 7 games, probably more, well, 6, 7 that we know of that they've made, not the low-key ones. Are you telling me now they're starting to finally get the picture and put video games in this one, Devil in Me, and make it feel like an actual game? Like, Christ almighty, man. That's why I say this game will never, these type of interactive movies will never fall into an 8 and 9 category. You know, it's like, well, this is not a game, this is an interactive movie. Well, you're playing in a goddamn video game system. You can't play that on your DVD player, you know, and watch it. You can't interact with your remote control on your DVD player, or on your computer, or on your iPad, or on your cell phone. Or on anything for that matter. I mean, I guess you can play this on your cell phone, but your button configuration on your cell phone will have to be adapted for this to be played. But the moment you're interacting with buttons to make characters do decisions, you're still playing it. The whole point of something called play, you're playing with something, is you're playing a role of doing something, which is to move and do something that makes other things move and do something. It's a video and it's a game. You're watching a video, whether it's, let's say you're watching House of the Dead, or you're watching a James Bond movie. It's no longer just a movie when you're able to play with the characters and make them do and make decisions that they wouldn't have done if you were just sit back and watch it. It's no longer just a movie. It's an interactive movie. You're able to make them do certain things. And the interactive movie becomes more than an interactive movie when you apply game aspects to it. such as moving items along, crawling, jumping, executing, making them use utilities to do other things. And that's what they've done in this game. This is, I would say, their first official video game. So now that they have created their first official video game, not interactive movie, because that's what this is based on what you've been doing and what I've been doing in the game and what I've seen other people been doing. This is what this is. Their first official, actually, video game. Yes, all the others were kind of considered video games, but you didn't get to use consumables. In this one, you use consumables. You didn't get to crouch, jump, crawl, run in those ones because you weren't supposed to, because it was just an interactive movie. This one you get to crawl, crouch, and run, and jump. And then you get to keep items and reuse those items, which is part of your consumables. And there's some certain items you get to keep that you don't consume, that you use all the time. Yes, you don't get to use like bats or shotguns and stuff that you keep on your person at all time, because that's the only thing that the game is lacking to make it a full-on video game. An item that's consistent. And they pretty much left that off because then it would be too video gamey and less interactive movie. But here's the thing. The moment your game the moment your interactive movie is being played on a gaming system or other type of gaming system, Wii, Steam, no matter what it is, if it's considered a game, and anything is considered a game, no matter what it is, it's a game. And if the game aspect of the game doesn't work, then you failed at that. So they've learned their lessons, and thankfully this is their best game, simply because of those things. And certain things with regards to story and characters. I mean, these aren't the worst characters that they've done in the series, but these characters aren't good either. This is just slightly above the other games that they've made in the past, simply because these people have gotten their feedback and they've learned their lesson. They've learned that no matter how much you want to call it an interactive movie, it's still being played on gaming systems more than on anything else. So they have to get their heads out their asses and think, well, like, if we want to increase our popularity of our games, get people to buy more, we have to implement the video game aspects to make it better. And not just make it an interactive movie anymore. So someone decided to educate these fools, because now they finally decide to get their act together. So I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to hop on Warframe after this. I'm going to have to figure out some way to get these other 6 items on my own. If not, I'll get the rest of them from tomorrow. I believe I could get the rest of them tomorrow. Follow a specific path from where I am right now with Erin alive, and keep her alive, because I think the next section with Erin, she has to find the other remaining 3, or the other remaining 2, or hell, maybe she alone has to find the remaining of these 6. Maybe her and Charlie, because both of them died. So yeah, didn't know that, but apparently only certain characters, once they stay alive, can access certain things. So that's it for this game. Proceed with this forward tomorrow.